Hey guys, welcome back to the Bloodlore Chronicles. This is episode number 9, I believe. And this one is all about Region 5, as it has just opened, the Abandoned Industrial Complex. First off, this is going to include massive spoilers, guys. It's literally dropped today, which is the 27th of August. So if you have nowhere near experience to get here, then unfortunately, like I said, it's going to include massive spoilers. But we're going to really have an explore and see what's what. Now, recently there's been a few bait changes in the game. So let's just go and quickly look at that. So we'll go to the Jewel Emporium. So what you can see here is that they have added like different attractions. So there's a new, I believe there's a new sort of like standard bait. No, it's not a new. What's this? To be fair, guys, I'm not going to lie, I've not used it. So the Sanguine Beryl, which takes diamonds and Sanguine Garnet to make, which gives you attraction of minus 15, and it's the same stats then as diamonds. And then you can have the same stats, so the bleached Crypt Pearl. So then you use the Sanguine Beryl with Crypt Pearls to make that. And the idea is that for missions, it gives you a much lower attraction to go for the lower end of the attraction scale. So your commons that we know that you get 30 commons, like 18 rares and whatever. So that gives you that. So that is the new bait, and there's one for each area, and even for the new area that's literally just opened. So the bait for the new area, Region 5.2, will be radioactive pearls. So we're going to start with a hunt here, and let's see what we get. So giant praying mantis. And we're just going to quick attack, and I got 2 radioactive pearls, 450 VGC, and 350 experience points. So let's explore Region 5. So let's start by saying how much he's going to get. So to get to Region 5, you need 800,000 experience points. Now let's have a look how many people are actually able to access it. The top top 41 players are able to access this as of today, and this guy has only got 1,100 to go, so he'd be accessing it very soon too. And if your name is here on the list, hello. But yeah, the top 41 currently can access Region 5. And to access Region 5.2, which is the secret laboratory, you are required to have 1 million experience points, and you are required to have the electronic keycard and of course the radioactive pearls, whichever type you wish to use. Now, I'm quite lucky that I've already got the radioactive key. I don't know if I've hunted too much for you to see it here in my log. I did get it a little while back, but it's pretty much the only drop I've had since being in here. I've had zero collection drops, weapon drops, or anything, scrolls or anything. So I'm still with my current Region 4 setup at the moment. apart from the weapon which I've just brought. So I'm still using red Omi helmet, black def chest plate, which is actually still a little bit further back than that, to be fair, red only gauntlets and the red only boots, and then I've got the chronograph watch, the Medusa device and the vampire tie, and then I've got the Zeno hopper and the Oni skullgirl. That is my current setup for armor and stuff like that, and the weapon is the flamethrower, which I've just brought. So I seem to be doing okay. I'm getting 90% victories with this setup at the minute, so that's good for you guys to know. But let's go and have a look what's available to have, what's what. So there is three new what are the retainers? That's it, the retainers. Two of them are scrolls, so this one is Little Tentacle Boss and Radioactive Werewolf, and the I nearly said Testicle Boss. The Tentacle Boss then is Poison Weapon Damage 6 to 10, Poison Curse, so they can do up to 10% extra poison damage. Chance to deal poison damage against abominable creatures, which is 4 to 7, and also damage taken from abominable enemies is reduced by 10%. The Heavy Metal Vampire Chick is 90 VComs. She does retainer damage 4 to 8, which is Shadow Weapon, Leech Life 20 to 26, so that's actually really good. It means that actually you can recover, and we haven't seen much Leech Life as of yet. A Bloodlust for 8%, and Nerves of Steel, which is damage taken from psychic sources are reduced, so pretty cool. But that one is 90 VComs, so that's something to think about. And then the Radioactive Werewolf, this is another scroll one. Physical damage 4 to 6, Rot 6 to 10, Wolf Ward, which is damage taken from lichen enemies, is reduced by 10%, and then Shield absorbs 10% damage. So again, not a bad one to have. I'm liking the look of this Tentacle Boss, if I'm honest. But I'm still missing Oni, and still missing the Cybernetic Ronin. Still a few I'm missing, to be fair, guys. As you can see here, just the odd few I still haven't even got the Dreadbat. But that's for me to go back and do at some point. So let's click our next hunt, and we've got Lizard Man here. And Lizard Man gives us 750 VCG and 400 experience points. I do like the art, like a lizard lab rat. So let's go to the Mercatus Arcana and see what's available. So we've got the ammunition box. The ammunition box is 10% slow, 5% critical chance, and Megalomania 5%, which is chance to not consume a hex of summoning after encountering a boss. And to craft this, you need golden skulls. For 6, you need 5 moonstones, you need 4 alien jewels, jade pearls for 3, and then plutonium cores, which I haven't got as of yet, Felwood, and Emerald Alchemy Stone. So I don't know where we're going to get that as of yet. I presume that's going to be a drop within the area. The Centrifuge, 6% cloning, 9% explosion, so that's not bad, and 1% atonement. That is 85 VComs to grab that, if that's what you want to save up for. And Blob in a Jar. Envenom 25 to 30, so chance to deal massive poisonous damage at the beginning of the combat. Okay, cool. Poison Ward for 10%, and Necrosis for 10% as well. And and that is 90 VComs. So again, if that's something you wish to save up for, then that's entirely up to you. Now, I have no idea what XP they update at, whether or not this is the 800k or the 1 million k, or the 1 million XP, sorry. That is unclear at the minute. And I don't see anything else. Oh, there we go. Emerald Alchemy Stone, used for crafting. So that is 100 VCG. So I can craft that. So that means now that I could get the ammunition box when I've got some plutonium cores. But at the minute, doesn't feel necessary. So the Jewel Emporium, of course, is just your different baits. So let's have a look in the stable and see what we've got going on. So we've got Radioactive Beetle. The Radioactive Beetle mount has charge of 12 to 14, health plus 10, rot 4 to 8, poison ward 20%, evade for 5%, and then first strike 100% as well. So that's really a really good sort of mount, to be fair. But let's have a look at what it takes to construct that one. We need 200 piles of radioactive material. We need 100 mutated DNA, 15 alien jewels, 20 plutonium cores, and we also need 2 emerald alchemy stones. So that is at least 200,000 for you to do that one. And the radioactive charger, health plus 20, charge 10 to 14, first strike 100%, poison curse 10%, questing for 8%, and bloodlust for 4%, and that is 120 VComs. So again, that's something for you to think about, whether or not that's where you want to spare your VComs. Currently I've got 59, so not a great deal. It's time to hunt again. So again, another giant praying mantis, another radioactive pearl. Yeah, so armory. So this is where it starts to get a little bit interesting. We've got biohazard protection gloves, which is health plus 16, resilience 10%, so damage taken from physical sources is reduced, cloning for 5%, and then monster barrier. I've not seen that one yet. Chance to create a shield that only prevents damage from abominable opponents. Nice. So let's have a look at what we need to craft that. 60 tainted cloths, 20 piles of metal scraps, and 60 piles of radioactive material, 3 plutonium cores, 20 mutated DNA, and 1500 sanguine garnets. So that's going to cost you a little bit of money as well. But I presume these are the best we're going to get in Region 5, so something definitely to work towards. The biohazard protection boots, so health plus 12, questing for 2%, life ward for 10%, and evade for 10%. And it's 100 tainted cloth, 30 corrupted leather, 10 piles of feathers, 20 piles of polymers, 70 piles of radioactive material, 30 mutated DNA, 2 plutonium cores, and an emerald alchemy stone. So that's another 100,000 for that one at a minimum. Biohazard protection suit. Health is 195. Fire ward for 10%. Poison ward for 10%. Night ward for 10%. And ballistic vulnerability. So it does add an extra 20% ballistic vulnerability to you. But again, it's got that huge health increase. Is that going to be any better than the only sort of chest piece? I don't know. 100 tainted cloth, 50 corrupted leather, 40 pile of polymers, 20 scraps of metal, 30 mutated DNA, 2 jade pearls, 3 plutonium cores, and another alchemy stone. So again, another 100,000 for you to do that one. And then finally, the fourth one is Biohazard Protection Mask. Health plus 15, Dispel for 30%, that's good. Cool Deformed Mutant 40%. Exterminate for 11 up to 11 points, so that's a chance to deal poison damage against abominable creatures. And then Nerves of Steel, damage taken from psychic sources is reduced again. And to get this one is 100 tainted cloth and 50 piles of polymers, 30 piles of feathers, 80 mutated DNA, 10 plutonium cores, 5 jade pearls, and another emerald alchemy stone. So we're going to need a lot of these plutonium cores and a lot of mutated DNA to start seeing some of these come through. We have the biotech research coat, which is again health 190, cloning for 6%, poison shield for 10%, and loot chance multiplier for also 10%. So that's really a strong piece of armor. Well, it's not armor, it's a lab coat, but I'm just going to have a little bit of brew in my bin cup. My wife loves to buy me novelty cups. So biotech research coach is actually something I think might be on my list to get. That seems a real good piece of armor, even though it's not armor. But that health 190 is a big piece. The cloning and the loot drop multiplier really will help boost your lower end loot drops as well. Mask of the Faceless, health plus 13, a blur for 10%, spectral barrier, prevents damage from ethereal opponents, investment for 9%, and paranoia for 10%, chance to curse your opponents and suffer more psychic damage. I think the rest of them, the high-tech lab gloves and the boots, were already here, or am I not thinking that they were? But to be fair, they both look pretty good, but I think the biotech research coat is going to be my next purchase in regards to that. I can't craft any of these armors at all. It's time to hunt again. So we've got Plague Overlord here. Now this dude's pretty strong. I don't think I've beat him as of yet. So let's have a look, see if we can beat him. I'm just trying to see. Let's have a look. See if I can beat him. I think he's going to beat me, to be fair. He's going to do the damage to me rather than me do the damage to him. So no, I lost to that one. Anyway, let's move on to the Weapon Master. So, we've got Electro Whip. So electric weapon damage 36 to 42, which is pretty strong. Discharge 36 to 42, so chance to deal massive electric damage at the start of combat. So that will only have the chance to do it once. We've got Shock here, 10 to 15. Chance to apply an electric damage over time effect. So that's up to 10 to 15. Demon Bane increases your damage against demonic enemies. And Ghost Busting. I've not seen that one either. Chance to deal additional electrical damage against ethereal creatures. Cool. And to craft this one, we need 100 Devil Steel, 50 piles of polymers, 100 piles of metal scraps, 50 piles of radioactive material, 50 mutated DNA, 8 plutonium cores, 5 jade pills, and another emerald alchemy stone. So again, another 100,000. So you're looking at nearly, probably 1 million for everything so far. The FN V2000 Faith. Now guys, this is a I think this is like a one-shot sort of deal. You are putting a lot of faith in this weapon if you go for it. Ballistic damage is 0 to 1, so you're going to do 1 damage per round. But if you get a lucky attack at the start, barrage will do up to 270 damage. So this is where it's all about. Are you going to do all your damage at the start, or are you going to miss? Because if you miss, then you have to rely on the rest of the damage being done from your retainers, from your weapons and stuff like that, from your armor and stuff, anything that can call in retainers and your mounts and stuff. So that is a real risky sort of weapon, and it's not cheap to make either. 100 piles of metal scraps, 60 mutated DNA, 100 piles of radioactive material, 10 alien jewels, and 10 plutonium cores, 15 jade pearls, and an emerald alchemy stone. Now, I think that would be ideal for lower areas if you were taking on a boss, and you know, a lower boss, you could kill that in one hit with that, but then you risk the fact that actually barrage might not happen. Anyway, let's see. Let's carry on. So we've got German assault rifle. Ballistic weapon damage 33 to 40. Trauma is 11 to 13, which is a damage over time. True aim for 10%. Terrorbane for 10% as well. But again, another hefty amount of materials here to craft. So 100 devil steel, 30 polymers, metal scraps for 50, 5 plutonium cores, 1,000 sanguine pearls, sorry. The automatic rifle, which is there, so that's going to cost you 200,000 as well, and 30 piles of radioactive material. So yeah, okay, and then you've got the Gatling gun. So ballistic damage 22 to 28. I feel that's not overly strong. But you've also got barrage, which does deal at the start, slow for 10%, and then focus shot 22 to 28, which is a chance of doing that every round. It's not a damage over time, so it's not if it activates in the first round that it will carry on over every round. It's not. It has a chance to proc every single round. What else have we got? They've got the polymer gun, because this is the last one that was available before I moved to this new area. So ballistic weapon damage 21 to 26. Again, focus shot 26 to 30, and evade for 10%. You need 5 jade pearls, 1,000 sanguine pearls, the submachine gun, which is a lower one to buy, a pile of metal scraps, and a pile of polymers. So you can make that one pretty swiftly. Let's go again. Vampire dog. So I got 2 corrupted leather, a pile of metal scraps, and some cash and experience points. And let's have a look at the treasury. What new treasury collection items does it bring? So of course we're going to see the next epic. I'm just trying to find it now. Where's the epic collection gone? So we're going to find the rotten banana at some point, and we're also going to find the radioactive squirrel. So those two are up for grabs. I'm still missing loads and loads of boss stuff, guys. I'm not going to lie. The bosses haven't been kind to me at all, but I've managed to do most of the other ones. So let's have a look at the Abandoned Industrial Complex Collection 1. We've got slime, plutonium rod, radioactive fluid, high-tech processor, drone remote control, and toxic mist sample. The Collection 2 is dog bone whistle, lab coat, mutated cell, plague banner, radioactive cobweb, and a radioactive puddle, and both of these give you 5% increase, which I think, if I'm being honest, is probably a little bit stingy, because most of them if not all of them, have give us 10% each. All these are 10%, so these ones are only 5%. What was that at 5%? Bloodlust. So I feel that could be 10%. I wonder if enough people make a comment about that, that it might happen. Then we've got the Abundant Industrial Complex Collection 3, Brain Fluid, Cloning Machine. I'm not even going to pronounce that. Early Malaya Flask. I don't know. Genetic Injector, Robotic Fly, and Robotic Shurunken. So that is your ones from all the like regular enemies, and then you've got your boss ones here as well. Which again, 2% cloning and Venomousy for 5%. It feels a lot of work to get these for 5%. But you know, that's what it is, and that's, you know, that's out of our control. So guys, what do you think to Region 5? I know I've not done a great deal here, but we've gone through pretty much everything. I've done a few hunts with you. What I can do is I can continue just to do a few hunts, and see what I get, if anything. But drops do seem pretty low at this area for me at the minute. But that's only because I am only using a 40 loot chance modifier. I think if I start changing around what I've got, then I'm going to be in a position that I can't really hunt in this area. I want to stay in this area for a little bit longer, before I move up to R5-2. A, I want to get some drops. B, I want to get some radioactive pearls, so that when the next mission starts in just under 3 days, I'm not going to be sitting on no pearls, because if I do get a 5.2 mission, which I can access now, then I've got no pearls to fight with. So again, another giant praying mantis, and nothing from that really. So yeah, I'll do a few more hunts with you, but it will be just me doing the hunts here, guys. So enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to share my socials. Go onto my socials and follow me if you can, please, guys. I really am trying to build my channel. What else am I currently playing? Currently playing Black Myth Wukong. Super tough game. I'm not going to lie. So check out my videos for that if you're into that. It's a Souls-like game. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown is going to be out for me in 9 days, 10 days, something like that. So I will be playing that as well. So I really need to kind of get on with Black Myth. I'm still playing Planet Zoo, but that's taken a back seat for now. That will come back round again, and I'll finish off doing whatever I'm doing with that in the near future. And I think that's kind of it for now. I was looking at Prison Architect 2, but it's been delayed, so I can't do that one. Also doing Madison. If you've not checked out my lives, please go and check out my lives, because it was hilarious. You would see me shouting and screaming at the TV. But I'm also going to combine the two videos together, cut out some of the unnecessary bits. That is one of my tasks to do in the very near future. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Join me next time when we'll talk about, I presume the next episode will be about the premium shop, because we'll have the September deals. I will also talk about my new job when that comes along, because unfortunately I am leaving my job at the moment. So I will catch you next time. Stick out for a few more hunts, guys. Take care. Bye bye.